Alright, so we're going to start with the first part, right? Which is going to be how to set your real brake, which is going to be right here. On most rears, it'll go 1 through 10. So, if I put it all the way up on 10, right? These weights should come down. But see, they don't move at all. So what you want it to do is come down in a slow and controlled motion, just like that. You don't want it to fly down, you want it to come down slow and controlled. So now that we got that out of the way, we can start with the rest. Alright, so we're going to start with the motions, but there's 2 motions you can do. Well, 3. We're going to get to all 3 of them. So the first one is just a simple overhand. So you just take the reel, one hand on the butt of the rod, and you just let it fly on out there. And see, when you don't keep your thumb on it, or when you throw it too fast, this is what happens. This is what you don't want to do. So to stop from doing that, what we're going to do is flick it. We're not going to flick it as hard. We're going to let the rod do the whipping motion. And then bam. Just like that, we did that successfully. Now, the other motion, you're going to take around the you're going to take your hand, same spot around here, and you're just going to flick it out from the side. Bam. And that's simply that. And then if you're trying to pitch under a tree per se, you can take it and flip it out under like that too. All depends on preference. So if you're trying to go for the most distance possible, flick it over your head like that. If you're just trying to, get a basic cast in a kind of sort of tight spot, flick it across like that. And I'm casting in my backyard right now, so I'm trying not to throw it into this brush. And then if you have a really tight spot, say you're trolling around a lake and you want to throw it under a tree, under some shrubbage, it's spawning season, you want to get right up on the shore, just flick it on in there like that. The key is to release it super low, so it should go in a linear motion down. It shouldn't really fly up like that. And this is really hard to do because I only have 30-second weights on here because I don't have any other weights on me anymore. But it should just stay low and linear like that. The key is just point the rod tip where you want it to go, and that's simply that. So there's 2 techniques you can do. You can either keep your thumb on to reduce a bird's nest, which a bird's nest is something like this. Basically, it tries to come off too fast. And basically there's not enough momentum carrying the line out, which is what you don't want to happen, and it causes serious knots, and that's no fun. And then, so when you keep your thumb off, you're more inclined to do that until you get, reasonably used to it. And then at that point, you can just keep your thumb off like that. And then, so to really get a good thumb off technique, all you're doing is just lightly flipping it, letting the reel do the work. And preferably, not casting into your shrubs like I've done the last 7 times because I don't have a tripod, and I also don't have a valid fishing license right now, and I don't want a couple $1,000 fine. So. And I just hit a bird. But there's the thumb on and off technique. That's really all there is to it. It's just all in the motion and how hard you flick it. You don't when you see most people throw a spinning reel, they'll just just whip it on out. But that's not how you want to use these. These will do all the work for you. And I'm sorry, Brandon, I'm not using a DC series. So there's one more thing I want to talk about in this, and that's using the whip of the rod and these special weights in here. So see how all these, you can take and point them up. These are called brakes. So not only are there brakes there, but there's also a brake here. So if you take and turn this up, turn these off, slide them on over, click it back down, lock it back up. You can really let these things fly, and you can whip. Okay. And I know, like, I can't show you all how far it's really going, but this is a 24-inch retrieve reel, so each one's going about 20 yards. So